You ask, is your workplace culture a ticking time bomb? What are the signs and what should employees look for?
Well, on that, that chapter is more geared to senior management and boards of directors, and it really the cultural transformation has to start at the top. And the biggest indicator is whether or not people have freedom of expression, and the quality of what they're hearing. And most executives in toxic work environments where maybe two or three people at the top make all of the decisions without the input of others in the organization are at risk of falling the ticking time bomb, like what happened at Wells Fargo. And I say quality of what they're hearing. If they're only hearing good news, they're not hearing it. And if they're hearing people, put up their hand and say, this doesn't appear right, or we're not tracking well on this, or I'm hearing through the grapevine that this is occurring, and it's an organization that has open secrets. So Fox News, Roger Ailes, sexual predator for years, open secret. Fox News said, and they were very right in cutting ties with Ailes. But shortly after that, within 3 months, they had to settle a sexual abuse situation with Bill O'Reilly. That was kept. And from what I understand, the culture hasn't changed much. And we have the same thing in Canada. The exact same thing happened with our national broadcaster, CBC, with the John Ghomeshi affair. And what's ironic about all of this, it's not the actual incidences that caused the downfalls. It's the way organizations handled it afterwards. And so I'll use as a comparator Volkswagen and GM. So Volkswagen had the emissions issue. Denial, denial, denial. And who knew what, when, what did they do about it? It's just so poorly handled. They lost, obviously, a lot of brand value. And again, I don't think they can survive in their current form for too much longer. Compare that to GM with the ignition switch issue. And Mary Barra inherited that. She went in front of Congress and took a whacking. But she said, listen, I'm not here to defend what we did. We take full responsibility. I take full responsibility because I'm the CEO, and here's what we're going to do about it. She went back, met with her executive team, and said, listen, we obviously have to fix the emission switch issue. But why were we not aware that this was going on for this long? And if we were aware, what did we do about it? And that's what we have to change. We have to create a culture where people are not afraid to come forward. And people will take responsibility to fix it. Will take responsibility to own up to it. And it's proven well for her. The fact that she's a female does more for switching and moving the needle on diversity than anything. And quite frankly, does more than what Cheryl did with leaning in, which was great. But this was a real life example in a crisis that could have brought that organization down. And that gets back to emotional intelligence. Why is emotional intelligence brought into this? Is women more emotionally intelligent than men, and therefore more capable of going through a crisis like that.
Excellent. Let's hear it for female CEOs and
Yes.
breaking through that glass.
Yes.